Hi everybody, it's Cindy, the Scrapologist on Etsy. I'm here with the third tutorial on how to use your scraps. I want to say first of all that I have not invented any of these scrap techniques. These are just things that ideas that I've collected over the years, watching YouTube, watching Pinterest, just coming up with my own ideas here and there. But I thought it would be useful to have all of these ideas in one place. So I'm going to try to make as many videos as I can. And that way, if you have a day when you want to sit with your scraps and organize your pile, you can go to one of the videos, see what's going to work for you, and it will encourage you to turn your scraps into useful items. So that's my goal. Today's video, I'm going to show you how I organize my scraps after I finish a project. People ask me, how do you organize your scraps? And the simple answer is, I don't, because I don't have any scraps. Nothing stresses me out more than having piles of this stuff, piles of pattern paper that just get thrown into a bin and then I have them in my craft room. I personally don't work well that way. To me, creating is not about stress. You want to take stress out of the equation, and so for me, that's having everything neat and organized. I do run a business here, and so I like to turn all of my scraps into something pretty and useful so that when I get a custom order or I want to create something, I know exactly what I have on hand. I can go pick and choose what matches whatever I'm making at that particular moment, come up with an idea, and I'm ready to go. So that's the short answer. The short and easy answer. I don't have scraps. So I'm so organized. Some of you, this is going to drive you crazy, but I'm so organized that I even organize my scrap piles as I'm making a project, so that I know exactly if I need a piece of thin paper, if I need a piece of big paper, if I need a square paper, I know where it is on my desk. That also eliminates a lot of my scraps because I use them up in the project as I'm going along. Rather than cutting up what I need from a big piece of paper, I'll look through my scrap pile, and I tend to not have very much left over, actually. So this particular album is gorgeous. It's a custom order. I'm not going to show the whole thing because it is a custom order, but the paper is happy from my mind's eye, and I threw a couple of other paper collections in here as well. But you can see that the paper is just beautiful, and I don't want to throw these scraps away. I'm going to use these. So here's how I work. This may or may not work for you, but here's how I do it. When I have my project, to the left of me, I have my patterned paper pack, whatever collection I'm using. So that this was, again, hello from Mambi, from me and my big ideas. I actually have quite a bit of 12 by 12 left over from this project, which is not typical of me. But this is to the left, and any larger pieces, any larger scraps that I get are to the left of me. So I know if I need a big sheet of paper to cover a page, that's where it is. In my upper left-hand corner, I keep all of the strips. So if I need a strip of something, I know exactly where it is. For example, here's a strip. I just needed a strip of paper. I go to my pile, I find something that matches, stick it on, I'm ready to go. Above my project, I have my embellishments. If I have die cuts, if I have chipboard, if I have journal cards, if I end up with scraps that I would like to use as they are. I might turn this into a photo mat, for example. Those all go, that's a little shiny, those all go above me. And I usually don't use those actually until I'm done matting and I start decorating. To the right of me, I have all of my cardstock scraps. For this particular project, I only used black and white, but a lot of times I'll have colored scraps as well. So if I need a belly band or I need a quick photo mat, I know where to go for that. And it just makes the creation process, the creative process, just so much easier, and I tend to use up a lot of my scraps. So today, let me put this in a safe place. Okay, today in this video we're going to use the cardstock scraps. In another video I'm going to show you what I do with my patterned paper. And then in the next video I'm actually going to show you how I organize this whole thing once I'm done. I'll just give you a quick hint now. What I do is I have some of the 12 by 12 cellophane, and I'm going to pull out the paper from here. I'm going to make my scraps into a variety of things, and then all of this collection is going to, whatever I have left, is going to go into this 12 by 12, because I think I have enough to probably cover a small mini album or make a whole bunch of cards. There's a lot left. Normally I don't package it up, but because I have so much 12 by 12, I'm going to package it all up into one of these cellophane kits, and then on a rainy day or when I want to make a quick project, here I have a whole kit all ready to go. I have the 12 by 12 paper, I have all the embellishments, all the note cards, all ready to go. But I'll tell you more about that in the next video. Let me move all this out of the way. Okay. So for the cardstock, I do 3 things. Number 1, I do photo mats. 2, I do tags. And 3, I do belly bands. Let me take the belly bands first because that's the easiest. I just go through in any really, really thin strips. I'm sure I have some in here, super thin ones. Of course, I'm not going to, but these will work. So I really don't want to do anything with these. I don't want to cut them up. They're not really big enough for tags or photo mats. So I pull out all my belly band strips, and I have a bin with all my belly bands, and they go in there. So anytime I need a belly band, here are all my different colors. I have as many colors as I need. Some of them are already even scored, and this is on my shelf, and all my belly bands are ready to go. So that's the first part. Really easy. Secondly, then I cut out my photo mats, and I stick them in here. I have an organization bin with all of my photo mats. Got a tag in there. And there's colored ones. There's even some chipboard ones. I try to put all of my black ones in the back because I tend to use black and white the most. But there you go. All of my photo mats. So when I'm making an album, just pull them out, tape them on, and it makes the process so much easier. For photo mats, I'm going to put the standard sizes down below, but you all know them. The standard photo mats photo sizes are 4 by 6, 5 by 7, and 8 by 10. So, as you already know, I'm sure, your photo mat should be 1/4 of an inch larger than the photo if you want a little bit of a border. So the photo mats that I cut out are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, and if I'm making a large album, 8 1/4 by 10 1/4. So I'm just going to cut a couple. I actually don't need, as you saw, I don't need photo mats at this point. I really need tags, so I'm going to focus more on that today. But this is an example of something that would make a good photo mat, and actually it's already a rectangle, so I'm just going to leave it because sometimes you need weird sizes too. Here's another one that's already a photo mat, and another, and I'm just going to pull those out. There's another, and another, and these are good to go, etc. So these go, the whites go here, the blacks go here, photo mats, ready to go. So let's take this paper and make some tags. I'm going to put the standard tag sizes down below, and typically what I make are number 8 tags. I start with those, and then if I have any other pieces left over, I make smaller tags. Number 8 tags are 6 1/4 by 3 1/8. So let's just find, this is probably 3 1/8. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. By 6 1/4. Okay, and then I have a couple pieces of equipment that make this go really fast. I have the We Are Memories Crocodile angle cutter. It has angle on one end and photo on the other, and it makes this process so fast. You just cut, and then I have 2 different sizes of hole punches. I have a little teeny one, and then I have a standard size hole punch. And I just punch a hole. I just eyeball it. I don't measure it. And I've got a tag. And I'll just sit here and do this with this whole pile. I'll cut them down and sit and make tags. Sometimes I make smaller tags that are 2 1/8 by 4 1/4. Let me measure this one. That's already 2 1/8 by 4 1/4. That worked out well. Whoops. Angle. For this one, I would use my small hole punch. And we've got another tag. So, it's that simple. I'm just going to sit here and probably take me 15 minutes to make this pile into a bunch of tags. I might cut a few more photo mats out of all of this, but it's not going to be just a big mess thrown into a bin somewhere. In 15 minutes it's going to be organized. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll show you what I'm going to do with my pattern paper. Thanks for watching. Bye.